Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Little Blue Fly. If this is your first time visiting, welcome, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel. It's just as simple as pressing that subscribe button, tapping the bell, and making sure to select all to receive all of my future postings. Today, we are moving the decorating right into the fabulous stone sunroom. Some areas will be left bare for items coming in from California. We are very excited about this trip coming up and so excited to share with you all of my new goodies. So here in the room is where the theme is going to be everything whimsy, fairy tale, and always French country. I have something to share with you all for the first time today. It's called a quiet time box. I wonder if you all have such boxes. If not, maybe after viewing this video, you just might start one. That being said, let's begin, shall we? So we are going to begin right here on the fabulous stone wall, and we're going to just sort of make our way going around the room. And as you can see in the hutch, it's just a mess. It has become my storage area. So I will get that nice and cleaned up before we begin to decorate. Just sort of wanted to show you the realness of it all, how it really is. We're going to begin with fabulous French country, of course. I actually purchased this painting from a wonderful store in California called Hanson's Furniture. If any of you live in California and you are in the Central Valley area, this furniture store is worth visiting. They have fabulous decor there. Again, it's called Hanson's Furniture. And it's just going well on top of the stone and with all of the other pieces as well. And you can see I cleaned it out. I've actually situated the shelves where I am going to be needing them. More will be added on this wall as well. So we're going to move our way into the corner to work on top of this fabulous, you might as well say, cottage core cabinet. For sure. And I have my clay flower pot lamp on top of the buffet. And I hope to be sharing a DIY on how I created this flower pot lamp soon. I'm going to start off by placing this gray washed wicker tray from Hobby Lobby on top of the cabinet. I'm not quite sure, I really don't think they sell these trays anymore. I purchased it about a year ago. But it would be nice if they did come back with these because it is a fabulous piece to decorate with. So again, this piece was purchased at Hobby Lobby. And I have a jute placemat that I will be draping over the basket, and that was purchased from Home Goods. So it's just a simple little drape going over the front, just to make things a little bit more interesting for the eyes. And now I will be adding in this cage that was purchased from the at-home store. When I first shared this last year, I was like, I really think I'm gonna paint it. And I still really think I'm going to paint it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I placed it right in center of the wicker tray. And look who has come back. Rosemary, our fabulous, wonderful, chippy goodness Rosemary. As you can see, she is a snail and she was purchased from the at-home store. Fabulous aged detailing all over her. And she was $17.99, and I believe, I don't remember, maybe I did pay that or it was on sale, but I'm thinking I did pay the $17.99. We placed her inside. And now we're going to add a little bit of herbs around her, and these were purchased from Hobby Lobby. I tuck some down up front and some behind her. And now I'm going to add in just a little bit of moss going around the bottom. Next we have these fabulous terracotta pots that I purchased from a boutique in California many years ago. So much aged goodness all over these pots. And I do have a total of 3 of them. I placed 2 stacked to the side and placed 1 down on its side up front. Always going for that visual interest, correct? These 3 were purchased from Michael's. I love how they are wrapped in brown paper and tied up with strings. And this piece, I honestly don't remember where I purchased this. I'm thinking maybe Marshall's. So I just placed some greenery inside the pots and placed another behind, just to give behind the 2 stacked pots, just to make things look a little bit more full. And next I will be adding in these little fillers. Not too much, just a little. And these 3 plates, they were actually purchased from the at-home store, and they used to just be a galvanized color, and I aged them and also placed on some gold gilding. And it's looking nicely so far. Rosemary has her own little nameplate. And now I'm just going to add in a candle to the side. I placed it inside one of my fabulous berry bowls that was thrifted when I was in North Carolina. And when the candle is not in use, I just will have a little glass cloche right on top of this sweet cottage core cabinet. Now we're going to move our way, but before we do that, I want to share something. I want to show something to you. I switched things around on top of the cabinet. I placed the lamp up front and the tray with Rosemary behind it because I felt that the herbs inside the tray, they needed to have a little bit more sunshine coming down on them. So I just switched things around, and it's nice having the lamp close to the love seat. Now it's time to work inside of the hutch. This was a fabulous piece that was thrifted off of Facebook Marketplace. It has the perfect, rich and warm buttercream yellows that work perfectly with my decor. As you can see, the sun is behind the hutch right now. It's just that time of the day. Now I'm going to keep the light off for right now, just so I always like sharing with you all the difference that lighting makes when decorating. And also, if you can see, I switched the doors around because I had a genius subscriber. I don't remember her name. And she said, switch the doors around and then you can keep them open and see the front. So thank you so much. So you all, please keep those genius ideas coming my way. Now this next picture is absolutely fabulous. My mother actually picked this up at a garage sale many years ago when I was just a little girl, and she said it reminded her of me and that one day I was going to have 2 little girls to read to, and I have just that, 2 little girls that I read to. In carefully viewing this piece, one can witness true innocence in their eyes as the words come off the storybook pages into the brilliant imagination of a child. Nothing is more precious. So I placed the Fairytale picture up at top, and again I'm keeping it dark for right now, but it will lighten up. And in person it really is much lighter than what is showing up here. But it will be pretty much, that is going to be the forever home of this picture. Now on the left and right hand side, I'm going to add in these variegated fern wreaths that were purchased from Hobby Lobby. Always wait for the 50% off sales, because then you can get 2 for the price of 1. And you can never beat that. Hobby Lobby. So one to the left and the other to the right. And inside I have these candle hurricanes. Well, I will be placing the candle hurricanes inside of the wreaths. I love all the detailing going around the rim of this hurricane with the floral. I'm looking to see here if I can show you all the price, and it is $33.99, so it is kind of up there a little bit, but again, remember, 50% off sales at Hobby Lobby. Get 2 for the price of 1. So I placed them inside the wreath, and as you can see, what's nice about this is the color of the hurricanes are pulling out the same color from the print and lightening up the shelf. So when working with pictures, look for the light colors inside of the pictures, if you don't already know this, and pull them out and bring them onto the shelf. If you want it lighter, make your decor lighter. If you want it darker, bring out the darker colors. And now to add something sweet right in the center. And it's going to be these little Whimsy gold gilded birds that were purchased from the At Home store. I placed them right in the center, and it couldn't be more perfect. The wicker basket up at top came from Pottery Barn. I did not want anything to be underneath the birds because I want the light to continue to shine down. Eventually, I am going to have small holes drilled in the back of this unit so I can add in a couple lamps. We just haven't gotten there yet because we're so busy over here, everyone. So busy. But it will be happening. So now we're going to move to the second shelf. Now this is a wonderful basket that I actually have a video out with this. Boy, look how bright that got all of a sudden. Just the lighting, I apologize. It can just really do different things inside this sunroom. But this basket, the basket itself was purchased from Hobby Lobby. And the majority of all of the florals came from Hobby Lobby as well. And there is a video of me, how I created this basket. And I am just going to continue using it for summer. And I also have one of my vintage clock faces on the left-hand side inside of the basket. Over onto the right-hand side, we have this fabulous, yes, fabulous, antique, gold gild, highly decorated, double-framed frame that was thrifted from Facebook Marketplace. Fabulous detail. I didn't have to touch this at all, just clean it up. And as I can see right there, I will be getting that little piece as well to the right. But I love the oval inside the frame. And just placed it inside on the right side in the corner. Something about oval frames. They can be romantic, they can be whimsy, but it's a wonderful element that I love working with. A highly ornate frame that has an oval cutout. And these two books came from Hobby Lobby. And they have this one has a gorgeous old world fairy tale feel to it. Actually, both of them do. So I placed them down on the shelf. And I'm going to add in just this little, it's a wrought iron. It's a very heavy piece, came from Hobby Lobby, candle holder. It's just going to work perfectly with this display. And then a wonderful battery operated primitive candle. These can be purchased at my Amazon storefront. Next, I'm going to add in a bird. This was purchased from the at-home store. It was originally white, and I just had to warm things up. And I do have a DIY on how I painted these and aged them. There was actually 3 of them. So I placed it behind the candle, and I also added in another vintage clock face. I just pretty much go shopping around on Etsy or eBay or Facebook Marketplace and put in vintage clock faces. And now we're going to move down to the bottom shelf. I'm going to add this very long wicker tray that was purchased from Merrifield Nursery here in Virginia. I placed it down at the bottom, and as you can see, it just instantly gave it a nice like a fairy tale but in the woods type of feel. That's what it did for me anyways. Now this is something special I have to share with you. This is my quiet box. It is something that I cherish pretty much, having these quiet boxes. It just has a little hook right up at top that I just pull down, and what is inside is absolutely fabulous. It brings so much peace to my spirit. And I'm always so thankful when I can pull down the little latch and take a visit. So right here, this is what I keep inside this particular box. It is a color code with wool embroidery thread. And then I have many other pieces to the side. And I have been working on this for, it's been quite a few years. And it is an embroidery of a hydrangea, my most favorite floral of them all. And this is what has the number code, the color code on it. And I'm sorry about the paper moving. I have my fan going. So when I have finished a certain portion, I will go over it with my yellow highlighter. And this is my little felt bag, my ladybug felt bag. And inside here, I keep my embroidery needles and scissors and a little magnifier. And what's this right here? I'll show you. It is an old medicine bottle that I always keep filled with quarters, because during the summertime, the ice cream truck comes through and I go out and the girls go out and we get us a little treat. So I always keep it filled for the ice cream truck. It's just those little special things inside the quiet time box. And here is my actual work. It's so far, you can see I'm a little bit halfway through it. And I would have to say my most favorite part about this, of course, is not only having the quiet time, but the leaves. They're so variegated. I love when I'm actually in the leaf stitching. It's coming along pretty good so far. I have not added any of the French knots inside of the hydrangea leaves yet. And everyone, this is what I keep inside of my quiet box as well. A chicken soup for the soul. It's a word find. Sometimes when I'm finished stitching, I'll just go and start and do a word find. And my daughter, London Guinevere, she is the youngest baby girl. She said, "A gift from your child." She's so precious, everyone. She knows how much her mama loves candy. I have always loved candy since a little girl. And she gave me one of her grape. It's an Airhead, and it's the flavor grape, because she knows I love it so much. When the snow cone truck comes through, I get grape slushes. She's just precious. A gift from your child. And it couldn't be more perfect having my quiet time box inside the hutch. It is here where my roots of creativity can grow. I hope you all have such boxes as well, and if not, think about starting one. They are absolutely perfect.